Greatness Quest. I'm Trevor Crane, and every week I'm bringing you someone extraordinary to help you blow up your business. This week I'm excited because we're talking about the 8-figure funnel map. I'm here with Zach Johnson. Brother, thank you for being here.
Hey, man, you're welcome. It's nice to be here.
Well, I was laughing to myself because I was getting all tingly thinking about, I asked, while we were off camera, I asked Zach, who do you work with? Like, who's ideally are you working with now? And he said, well, I like to work with people that are making $100,000 a month, and that got me tingly, and want to go to $1 million a month. And I just think it's awesome. So we are talking about some high-level stuff. We're going to talk about funnels today. And so we got some good stuff for you today. Zach, tell me a little bit about, tell everybody watching right now what you're up to right now with Game Changers. Sorry.
Yeah, great effort there, man. What I'm up to with Game Changers is we're managing several 6, 7, and 8-figure funnels. And we're taking them through strategy, copy, automation, analytics, dashboards, paid media. I mean, the whole 9 yards. It's a very exclusive, high-level funnel management company, and that's what I've been doing for the last 7 years, and that's specifically what I started Game Changers for back in October last year.
Well, I love it, man. And we've got some mutual friends. Like, you were kind of looking at the different interviews that I've done and people that you've actually worked with, and I know they're knocking it out of the park. I just want to tell people about this because one of our good friends that I've actually interviewed on this show, I'm not going to mention his name because it'll be whatever.
All right.
But here's the cool thing. When they started working with Zach, he blew out over $100,000 in the first 3 weeks. $100,000 extra money in his bank, and then has been incrementally growing that since. And he's approaching this $1 million a month number. So this is the real deal. And Zach, I know you're going to give away a free gift today as well. Tell me, everybody, what that is. That I'm sure that'll show up on the screen here. What are they going to get?
Yeah, man. Let me share my screen, and we'll actually walk everybody through it. So we're gonna give away our 8-figure funnel map of what we've been building and actually managing for our clients. So this is just a picture here of the PDF that you're gonna be getting, and it's a map of how do you turn $1 into paid traffic into $3 in revenue, and we're gonna be talking about how do you optimize all your organic traffic right now to take them through where they're going on your website, on your blog, just all the looky-loos, and optimize that organic traffic so that you're turning it into revenue. And then the secret to going from $100,000 a month to $1 million a month is in paid advertising. Mm-hmm. So when you're kind of going 6 to 7 figures, it's a lot about organic traffic. It's about figuring out that predictable sales process and your funnel. But once you got a funnel in place and you want to go from $100,000 a month to $1 million a month, it's about optimizing and squeezing the juice out of that funnel, and you're managing your metrics. A lot of marketers used to say, hey, the money's in the list, or the money's in the follow-up. Well, these days there's so much opportunity, literally endless amounts of traffic and leads available if you're willing to pay to play. And so we like to say that the money is in the metrics. Yeah. And so we're going to talk about, what are the key metrics that you need to be managing when you're setting up and maintaining and optimizing a funnel.
I love it, brother. And we're going to do some stuff in real time. We're going to take a break in a few minutes, and we're going to do some stuff in real time on a funnel that my wife and I have. So that's going to be cool. Now, go ahead and talk. So we're talking funnels, and that's your language and my language. But what actually is a funnel for? I mean, I can see from the diagram here, I can kind of tell. But how would you describe a funnel so someone understands?
Yeah, a funnel is a very efficient and effective way to turn a click online into a paid customer. And if you're doing it properly, you're optimizing and managing that funnel for maximum amount of revenue per lead on a monthly basis. So our funnels will take literally endless amounts of traffic and turn it into $20, $30, $40 in revenue per email address. And it's amazing what you can do with a return on investment when you can go to Facebook and Google and literally buy clicks and email opt-ins for less than $5.
Yeah. Okay, so it's awesome. So it's where I was talking to you, we have a mutual friend, Brent Attaway, and he kind of referred to it as a sales machine. Like, you can turn it on, you can turn it off, but if you don't have the different parts, and he also said there's danger because if you have it wrong, if you're missing one part, or you're not congruent, or your email copy is wrong, or what you have on the screen is wrong, if something breaks, you can lose money really easily. And a lot of people think having a funnel is like the holy grail, like, oh, I got to get me one of those. And then they screw up one of the parts on the do-it-yourselfers. Yep. And then they lose, and then they go, oh, gosh, because I can't handle all this complexity. Or I was sharing that my challenge, is that because I'm confused or unsure of the robust, that what I'm really going to be converting, I don't throw all the paid traffic at it that I could. Yeah. So, I mean, what are the challenges you find with people to pull the trigger and implement? Like someone who's not, let's say they're not making the 7 figures yet. Like what are the challenges?
Well, the challenges are in the overall strategy and the copy, the actual writing, like copy that converts. And then the third challenge is really just the technical implementation and setup of it all. Lead pages and ClickFunnels and a lot of the marketing tools are making it easier and easier to implement the technical stuff. Yeah. But if you don't have the right strategy in place, then you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. So if you nail those 3 things down right, the next big pain is really going to be in the confidence that you have in your metrics. Right. And it's that confidence in your metrics that's going to basically allow you to give you the confidence that you need to go in and invest in the paid advertising. Because I see too many people that have funnels that aren't confident enough to invest in actually paying traffic for them.
Yeah, I think that's key, brother. I'm writing that down, and what we're going to do, confidence in the metrics, and I can attest to that. If I'm not confident, I'm not going to throw the money at it that I probably should or shouldn't. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break, so we'll see you in just a second. Hey guys, you're watching Greatness Quest, and this week we are with Zach Johnson, who is building 8-figure funnels, and we're talking about marketing funnels that are from like a click, finding a raw piece of traffic and bringing it to your business. And Zach has been blowing it up. He's worked with some of the biggest guys in the industry, Dan Kennedy. He's working with Lead Pages for a long time, Ontraport. He started his own funnel company, helping people knock it out of the park. And right now we're going to do some real-time consulting on my wife's funnel, and we're at robincrane.com. So brother, thank you for being here.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to dive into it. I mean, we're going to break this funnel optimization critique out into a couple parts. The first part is we're going to take a look at your homepage, your actual robincrane.com, which is the hub of the brand. And I see far too often people leaving money on the table by not optimizing this website, because the way a real funnel works these days is people click on an ad, they're watching your video, they're buying your book. At the same time, if you can see my screen, how many tabs do I have open right now?
Yeah.
Way too many tabs. Well, your prospects are doing the same thing. They're going on, they're in your funnel, they're Googling you, your name, and then they're coming back to your main website. And so your main website's got to be optimized to capture that lead again. The same thing with your Facebook page. Mm-hmm. So we want to make sure that before you go and spend 10, 20 grand a month on paid ads, if you're already getting 5,000, 10,000 uniques a month to your core homepage website, let's maximize and squeeze the juice on that, produce the revenue, and then reinvest into paid advertising to scale. So a couple things here with we want to do with Robin Crane. One is I'm seeing missing right off the bat, which is a general welcome gate. So marketing intelligence these days is becoming more and more sophisticated, and people expect you as a business to know when they're first time visiting the website and then when they're returning to the website. So I suggest you have a welcome gate that's a landing page that literally just says welcome. Glad you're here for the first time. Enter in your name and email address, and I've got a free gift for you.
So not to the core of of all these buttons right here, but just literally a landing page and saying welcome. Put your name and email in, or
you got it. Yep, yeah? It's pretty simple. I mean, Mixergy.com is a great example of a great welcome gate. Another example of a place to do optimization is in the overall exit intent and the exit pop. So most websites have a 50% bounce rate, meaning that more than 50% of the time, people are coming to your website and leaving within 10 seconds, maybe even 3 seconds. And so you want to have a quick message that says, hey, wait, before you go, I want to give you a little free gift. And you'd be surprised of how you can pick up an extra 10 to 20% of leads based off of your exit traffic. The other thing is in the navigation. You want to make sure that you have navigation. You've got blog and work with me and speaking and about, but you want to have an actual link to your webinar funnel or your free book in your navigation to click over. I mean, this is something that when I was working at Leadpages, you can go to leadpages.net and you'll literally see free webinar in the navigation itself to get people to click over. Clicking on the contact us button just isn't doing much for people anymore.
Dude, great insight. Okay, awesome. Keep going.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. The last thing I got here on the main site optimization is just a general 404 page error. So we'll just do a quick, /123. And with a lot of small businesses these days, you'd be surprised how many challenges they have with WordPress. And they're getting so much 404 traffic because they don't have reliable web developers. So if this is what your 404 page looks like, it's literally blank. You're losing out on a lot of lost traffic. So we suggest having a general 404 page that is an opt-in for your funnel. A lot of our 404 pages actually collect opt-ins for a weekly live webinar specifically. And you can go to GameChangerProfits.com/404 to see an example of what that looks like. So there's a lot of other places to optimize a website, and we're optimizing for leads because we know that if you have a good funnel, your funnel is producing $20, $30 in revenue per email address within a 30-day window. So we want to be maximizing and squeezing the juice on the emails. So that's my feedback there for optimizing your on-site traffic. You stoked with that?
Dude, that was great stuff. And then some of this stuff I knew, and some of it I totally not doing, obviously. So that's brilliant. So let's move on. What do we got? This is my wife's. So if she speaks or if she does run any ads, which we are thin on right now, to be honest, then this is her free book giveaway. So we've got robincrane.com/free book.
Yep. All right, cool. So the first thing you want to take into consideration in your actual landing page is having some navigation in the landing page. Now, landing pages are all about reducing the navigation so that you force the email opt-in. But as you want to scale your paid advertising, you're going to run into compliance issues with Google and very soon with Facebook by not having navigation in your header.
Dude, that's new. Has that been the case for a while, or I just didn't know it?
It's been the case for a while with Google, and it's very quickly becoming the case with Facebook. So here's an example at Game Changer Profits. You can see here that people can request a case study, attend the live workshop. It's very minimal navigation, and even in the header, when you click it, it's still going to have a pop-up in the navigation to collect the email address.
Yeah.
So that navigation will be important as you scale your ad spend, particularly on Google.
So, and then, for example, then the adjustment for this site very specifically is have at least a couple things in the navigation bar, which happen to be additional lead magnets as well, right? That like you gave the example on your site.
You got it. You got it.
Brilliant. Thank you for that.
The other thing here is when you click free access, you're going to want your privacy is protected. You're going to want that actually hyperlinked to your privacy policy for, again, some compliance issues with Google. And I think very soon Facebook is going to become more strict on just being compliant and having your privacy policy stated here. I'd even put it under the opt-in box. You're 100% secure, yada, yada, yada.
And do hyperlinks on that. Okay, that's cool.
Yep. Another thing here is we got to do a lot of work with the headline and the subheadline. It's for a limited time. Get this free book. And the free book is the actual bribe here. but it says nothing about, what you're actually giving away, what your unique selling proposition. So generate a lot of curiosity in that headline.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. All right, guys, welcome back. You're watching Greatness Quest. I'm here with Zach Johnson, and we are kicking butt on my wife's funnel. But I wanted to go ahead and just take a step back here because I asked you, Zach, what were the challenges that a lot of people come up with in doing funnels? And you gave the 3 things. Can you give those again just real briefly?
Yeah, it's strategy that's going to produce the highest amount of revenue per lead. It's copy that is going to consistently convert, and it's the technology, putting all the pieces together. It's the landing pages, it's the autoresponders, it's the really these days if you're really struggling with technology, tracking and metrics is a real tough grasp to get on with your funnel.
Yeah.
So those 3 things.
Well, and I hadn't thought, we jumped into my wife's site because you had asked, you said this might be the most valuable for our audience so they can see some of the things to change, because my wife's funnel is built, and that was a lot of hours. I had to deal with the strategy on that. The copywriting was a big, and all that technology to integrate was really overwhelming, and it was hours and hours and hours to do. And I'm so proud that we have it done, but now, and you just tore it apart. And so the really cool thing here is these are the metrics, correct me if I'm wrong, that you need to have these improvements in place, or is it strategic? What are the advice you've given so far? Is that strategy, or is that copy, or what is it? I guess you're getting into the copy next.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff I'm doing really comes after the funnel build phase, right? So there's the funnel building phase, which is strategy, copy, automation, and your analytics setup. And that process typically takes 90 days if you're going to do it right and do it really well, which we do. If you're trying to cut that in half, you're going to get half the results, because you're spending half the amount of time on your copy, you're spending half the amount of time thinking through your strategy, and you're getting half the revenue because of it. Now, after you've got your funnel built, the next is the optimization, right? So I'm talking through, like, congratulations to you and Robin for getting a complete funnel. Like, that's an amazing feat. It took a lot of work. You're obviously a very persistent and tenacious couple to get this thing done. So congrats.
Yeah.
Now you got to have the confidence in actually spending some money on the traffic, and you've got to, and that's a ramp up period. It's turn on some traffic, let's get some numbers, and let's improve, right? So that means measuring your metrics against benchmarks. So I see that there's 7 key metrics that you need to be tracking to basically know if your funnel is a success and if it's working. Because I see a lot of funnels out there, but people don't know if they're good ones or bad ones.
Yeah, well, that's the issue, because people say, well, your funnel looks good. Like, I don't want it to look good. I want it to get paid.
Make some money.
Yeah, make some money, because I'm scared to throw more money at it. And I think this is, if people do get the thing done, and I've been talking a lot about books lately, like people are like, oh, I want to write a book. And then great, they get it done. And then they're like, oh, crap, I got to sell the book. And then hold on, I'm only making a couple of bucks per book. Hold on, this didn't give me what I thought it would, because they're missing pieces. And now we're talking about funnels. So should we jump into my wife's funnel again, or did you want to share those 7 key metrics, or how would you want to do it?
Let me tell you what the key metrics are, and then we'll relay that back in your wife's funnel here.
Great.
So the first key metric that I think people are really missing is tracking the revenue per lead. So if you're going in and you're investing in Facebook advertising, Google, your paid media manager, your traffic guy is going to say, hey, we're getting email opt-ins for $1. And you're like, that sounds amazing. And he's going to ask you, how much do you make per email address? And you're going to be like, I have no idea. So, you have to know that number so you can tell whoever's managing your traffic, and we manage traffic for our own clients, hey, we're acquiring email addresses for $5, and we're generating $15 in revenue per email address within 30 days. So that's the first metric.
So hold on. I want to point that out to everybody, because one of my core things is, if you want a result that you haven't gotten yet, find somebody to help you. And so what you just said right there, you got to check out Zach at GameChangers.com. That's what it is, right?
GameChangerProfits.
Oh, sorry, dude. GameChangerProfits.com, because that number he just gave you was a $5 investment, if I understand you correctly, for a $15 return. That's 3 times your money on that example you just gave, right?
Yep.
So that gets me tingly because that's real, man. I love that. So find somebody that gets you a result. If you want to check out Zach, check him out, or just keep paying attention here, and I'm sure we're going to get the gold. But go ahead. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, no, it's good. So the second key metric is your average order value. And your average order value is the collective dollar amount when someone is actually purchasing from you for the first and initial time, meaning when you go through a funnel, they're going to buy your book, they're going to have an upsell, you're going to have a downsell. And so collectively, what's the average order value? And you want to have an average order value north of $100. And if you have an order value less than $100, it's still going to work for you, but it's going to be more and more challenging for you to scale your paid traffic. But you can go big and spend tens and tens of thousands of dollars, even hundreds of thousands of dollars a month with an average of order value north of $100.
So if you have if you have an idea of these numbers, because that sounds obscene as far as your marketing spend, but if you're profiting and you know this, then that I guess makes sense because you'll throw as much money at it as possible if you understand these metrics. Okay.
Yep. The third one is your lead to sale conversion rate. And your lead to sale conversion rate is, hey, I'm getting 1,000 opt-ins a week or 1,000 opt-ins a day. And we're going to ask, how is your funnel performing? How is the follow-up, the email sequences, how well are they doing in terms of converting those leads into customers? And a really bad funnel is probably converting less than 1% of those leads into customers. And probably one of our better customers converts upwards of 17% of their leads into actual sales, and their lead being just an email address. But a benchmark for your funnel should be 5%, right? You should be able to consistently convert 5% of your email opt-in database into any type of customer, not necessarily all your products, but any type of purchase or transaction.
Got it.
You ready for the next one?
I am.
And we'll do 4 here, and then actually, I may even do 5, and then we'll leave some hanging. We'll send people to where they can get some more training on this.
Okay, that sounds great. And and if people aren't writing this stuff down, you really should, because we're getting that benchmark number of what we need, right? You said that because if we don't know the number, that's fine. We have a number 4. Well, in reference to what? Is that a good number? Okay, so we've got the 5% for the third one, and then $100 for the average order value. Brilliant. Okay.
Yep. So this next number is really important when you're scaling ad spend, right? So marketers always talk about the lifetime value of your customer. And that's really, that's important, right? Don't get me wrong, but a lot of people, it's kind of an art and a science, and you're kind of guessing of what your customer value is. Yeah. Because at what date and time are we talking about? What's the lifetime value of my customer at day 1, at day 30, 2 years in, 1 year in? So you want to have a general time there, but that's once you have that, the next key metric is your time to break even. So if you know that a customer is worth $500 to you, and you want to invest and scale into paid advertising, which is really critical if you want to get to 8 figures in revenue. I mean, anybody's doing more than 8 figures, they are investing in advertising, and they're getting a return. And so you need to know, how long does it take for you to put $1 in and then get $3 out. And a lot of businesses that are new to the paid traffic arena will invest tens of thousands. I know a guy that spent $100,000 on Facebook ads, and he didn't know this metric, which is the time to break even. And he ended up sitting on that $100,000 Amex bill from Facebook ads and to wait 6 months, because that's how long it took to get the money back in the door.
So this number 4 then is time to break even? Yeah,
time to break even. And you should be able to break even with your ad spend if you're just starting out within 30 days. If you're really aggressive, you can break even at 60 days. But I think you should at least be able to break even within 30 days. Otherwise, you know what's going to happen? You're going to have more cash going out than cash coming in, and that creates a cash flow problem. And that means you're not doing a good job marketing.
Well, brother, when somebody starts, let's say that they're going to start testing their funnel, how much money should they throw at it? Because if you're mentioning these 6, 7 figures, I mean, this is huge money to most of my audience right here. I'm like, how about $20? Like, what can I do with $5? What can I do with $100? So what do you think to test something to start?
We typically throw about 2,500 to maybe $5,000 tops to really test out a funnel.
Is that
If you're
within 90 days or is that within 30 days?
you're testing it over the course of 30 to 60 days
Okay.
to kind of spend that money. And obviously, if it's not working, you'd find out sooner and you can kind of cut your losses. But
Right.
once you get into that, you're also testing for a lot of, you're testing for traffic and you're testing for audiences as well as funnel performance.
Oh yeah, because there's more all these other variables. We're not just talking about it's got to be the right market media
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
message match. If you're talking to the wrong audience, you're screwed.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep. The last metric, and then we'll dive into your wife's funnel here, is just the return on ad spend. And we say for every $1 in, you should be able to get $3 out. And for some clients' funnels, they're getting 10x return on ad spend. And as you increase that ad spend, you're going to want to, your return on ad spend is going to decrease as you scale your ad spend because you have to broaden your targets.
Yeah.
But start out, one in, three out, and keep that as a good benchmark.
On number one, when you said revenue per lead, do you have any kind of benchmark there, or is that just you need? Because I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I like to use $15 for a lot of our webinar funnels as a revenue per lead benchmark. And now, if you're not hitting that benchmark, but you have a webinar funnel, come talk to us, and there's all kinds of things that we can do with this 8-figure funnel map to optimize it and get it to where it's performing at least that.
All right, so you said you'd give a resource everybody can have this map. Go to
Yep.
greatnessquest.com/game changer. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
Game changer. Go to greatnessquest.com/game changer. We'll give away that map. You can go to gamechangerprofits.com to find Zach. And then how about these 7 key metrics? Do we have something to give that to people as well?
Yeah, you can also go to gamechangerprofits.com/advertising. Basically teaches you on the strategy of architecting an intelligent and profitable sales funnel and the 7 key metrics to scaling your sales funnel as well. And when you opt in, there's a weekly live webinar you can attend, as well as for an easy $7, you can buy access to a lot of our case studies where we're showing you behind the numbers, behind the scenes, and spreadsheets on how a lot of our private clients' funnels are performing.
Brilliant. So we're going to get even. Okay, so that's some great stuff. We'll make that a link available when you guys opt in on either greatnessquest.com/game changer or go right to gamechangerprofits/advertising, right?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, man. So let's look at my wife. I'm selfish now. Let's get into it.
Let's look at your wife.
Yeah.
Hey, there's one great thing about your wife is that she's beautiful. She's easy on the eyes. That's a great feature that you're leveraging here in terms of the book cover. There's nothing worse that will hurt your conversions than having someone that's not easy on the eyes.
Well, before you go to this one, you had said that because I don't need your advice. I don't want to take the time here, but for content, point out the problems on the free book side again, because I had thought we had some pretty good content there because I thought it was results focused, but you said, this isn't really talking to me. So you didn't like the title. So just give the problems again. You don't have to give the solution, but just what were those issues? Because
yeah, you're not generating enough curiosity on the headline, was the last thing I said. The other thing was navigation. You need some minimal navigation up at the top so that you can be in compliance specifically with Google. Hyperlinking your privacy policy, and you already have your terms of use, but hyperlinking your privacy policy below the opt-in is really good. And then I noticed you're using lead pages, which is a great thing. And
but
there's
the content. You said the content of this wasn't like.
Yeah. So I was talking about your overall headline and your subheadline.
Yeah.
And what I was saying was that for a limited time, get this free book. Is the particular bribe? Like, let me show you an example here. Like when you go to gamechangerprofits.com. The headline is how our clients seamlessly turn $1 into $3 every single day. Now, then you're opting in for free instant access to the webinar and the case studies. So the headline is really used to talk about the strategy of architecting a profitable funnel. You're not using a headline to be like, here, free book. There's tons of those everywhere. And then the subheadline is really making the headline even more believable and creating more curiosity. So like, discover the 4 proven steps executed correctly that can multiply your business fourfold over the next 60 days.
So it's just more results focused versus, hey, I got a free book here.
You got it.
Yeah,
you got it.
That makes a lot of sense.
I hope so.
Yeah, well, now you got to write the copy. This is why you get help, by the way, is that there's a lot of thought that goes into this, and having the wrong line of text here can screw this whole funnel up. So
Yep. One thing you do have a good here is a very tangible thing that you're giving away. How to overcome your money issues. There's a picture literally of what they're going to get when they opt in. So kudos to you on that. And I hope that, this image is going to be in your actual advertisement design, so that when people are clicking on the ad, they're seeing this next picture on the landing page, and that message to market match and that congruency is really important. We use the terminology of the funnel theme, and so when we're kind of architecting a funnel for a client, when they first onboard with us, we're really thinking, what's the theme of this funnel going to be? And you've got a good theme there: overcoming your money issues. Your money issues could be, fine-tuned and be a little bit more specific, but that's a great theme that we then need to have relayed into your free book offer and your upsell. And so I don't, I see this as a video here, Ad Money Mastery. This is obviously a coaching program that's going to be solving their money issues, which is definitely on point there. And what's the name of Overcome Your Money Issues? It's just the name of the book there.
Yeah.
Yep. So you did a good job in terms of congruency and a theme. A lot of guys use the word, the big idea. What's the big idea behind your funnel? We kind of use more of this, what's the theme behind your funnel? So.
Okay, so anything to tweak on? What would you say is good on this that type of this next page, or should be improved? And I know we don't want to spend an hour on this. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we'll keep this real short here. We'll just say, your button should always be yellow. You ship me the free book in blue here. I mean, that's just kind of a classic thing there that that you should be doing. One thing you're doing a good job here is actually showing the value, putting the actual value amount on the extra goodies that they're going to get. When they order the free book. But I would definitely make those buttons yellow. In terms of the video, the message is predominantly here on this page, is in the video. So without kind of playing out this whole video, I'm not going to do it justice in terms of critiquing it, as well as your upsell video. I think I saw this autoplay, which on your upsells, you're going to want to make sure it's not autoplaying. That they actually have to push the play button there. And then, there's a lot of things there that we need to kind of look into in terms of the scripting of this video, because again, it's predominantly heavy focused on the video that's gonna to do it. But a good job on kind of giving a call to action here, laying out the bonuses, and then having like a pretty large, easy way for them to add it to the cart. So is the price point of this $1,500? Is that right?
I think
it says
so.
Get it now for only $1,500.
Yeah, so this goes right from that free book. I think it goes. They opt in with their email. They can get the free book. So we captured their name. Then they do it's free plus shipping. So my wife will ship them the book for like $7. Then this is the video upsell to a $1,500 program, which is a big jump, but that's where we put it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I think that's the thing that's really flying out here is that $7 to $1,500 really is too big of a jump, and you're going to get pretty poor conversions on that. And I would suggest doing something more that's in alignment here, where people might be opting in for the free book. Your liquidation offer is the free book plus the shipping. And then in terms of your one-time upsell, you probably want that to be somewhere around $47 to $97. Maybe $197, but going all the way up to $1,500, you're really going to want that medium to be in a webinar presentation.
Yeah.
So I would suggest having them opt in for the free book, having a different upsell for $100, and then getting them to register for a webinar presentation, building some anticipation around that, and maintaining their focus for 60 to 90 minutes in order to present a $1,500 offer. And I mean, there's a whole checklist and art to webinars. I mean, we have a 30-point checklist that we go into in terms of scripting out a webinar presentation. But it's definitely not something that people are like, yeah, I'll add this to my cart.
Yeah. They're not on the 1,500. Okay, so that makes sense. Now, there was a downsell from this. So then instead of making this offer, so we kind of take this whole offer out because it's only a short video. I don't think this is more than 3 to 5 minutes, really. You'd say put that into the, because it's $1,000 investment. That's not small potatoes. Right. And it's a $3,000 program. We did this as kind of a liquidating offer. It's only available right now. We gave all these bonuses away. The downsell was to this Money Mastery Home Study course, which I think is selling at, do you have that next page for the
let's see here. So if I say no thanks, I don't need this book.
Should go to
in the URL. Good job. Wait, special one-time only after. Try it out, 100% risk-free. And get it now, only $497. Again, I think your downsell, I mean, it still should be around $97, $197. Even $500 on top of $7 is no add to cart type situation.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So
okay, here's what's cool. I'm going to share this as the strategy behind this that I think we're recognizing right now is a bit broken. Made sense to me, but I didn't have a team help me orchestrate this, and this is one of the reasons why we haven't thrown money at this, is we didn't strategically have somebody critique it.
Yeah.
And I was trying to kill two birds with one stone. We know we have a $1,500 program. We know we have this $500 program. We said, well, let's get them in, and then let's sell it to them. And it'll do both.
Do it. Just throw it. Call that a hodgepodge funnel, man.
Yeah, but that's cool. But that's not what it's for, and that makes a ton of sense because you want to baby step them into something, or have them spend that hour and a half with you to create a relationship. I mean, that makes a freaking ton of sense to me because that's what I'll spend. It takes me about that long to have a conversation with someone to find out what really makes them tick and have them have a relationship with me that says, "Man, I want to invest in you." So that makes a ton of sense.
Yep. You got it, man. I mean, it's amazing what the mind will do when you're thinking about your own business. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, why is it like I'm like great at architecting funnels for a lot of our clients, but even still, I have I've got to go like get a third party perspective of like, hey, here's our own funnel. And we follow the same process. Think through the strategy, then go to do copy, then go and do automation. And we have a lot of clients that are like, all right, let's get all the automation done first, then I'll do the copy, and then let's check and see if the strategies now they'll do it. They'll jump back and forth between the two, and then it ends up hodgepodge, and it's not generating the results. So there is a very specific process to it.
All right, brother. So now we've had a long interview here. I want to make sure we get some simple steps that someone can take right now that's watching. So what should somebody do next? Because we just showed them that my brilliant, beautiful funnel is probably not throw money at it right now. Because to go from free to $7 to $1,500 or $5 doesn't make sense. Got it? So what does make sense? What should somebody do if they're starting from scratch? Let's say.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do is we have a free webinar presentation that literally lays all this out. I mean, we go through some case studies where this was the case. I mean, we had a client that was sending people straight to a sales page with a VSL $1,500 offer. And it's like, no one's just going to go to that page and drop down $1,500. You got to spend 60 to 90 minutes. And we, in this free webinar presentation at GameChangerProfits.com/advertising, we show you how we built a whole webinar presentation around it, how we went to their website like we did with robincrane.com, optimized it to get all the opt-ins for the webinar presentation, then sent them to the sales page, as well as adding on a tripwire and a liquidation offer for $7 and $97. And on their first presentation, made well over $100,000 and continually made them that amount of money every single month. And that was just a weekly live webinar presentation. And then they invest into paid advertising. So go to GameChangerProfits.com/advertising, where we dive in and talk more specifics on just funnel architecture and intelligent sales funnels. Is the best thing I can do for you.
All right, brother. Well, you're going to get access to all that when you also go to, we're giving so many damn domain names, but you should go check Zach out and get everything he's talking about right now. You'll also get it through greatnessquest.com/game-changer. We're giving you the funnel of the 8-figure funnels. You're going to get that map, which is great. You're going to get those 7 key metrics, but I think that webinar is a brilliant piece as far as the next step. I know I'm going there. So before this airs, because we'll air this, whatever, I'm going to be watching this webinar straight away. And thanks for your time today, my friend. Any last words for, we're watching Greatness Quest. This is about people like becoming their best, taking their business to the next level. What would you say? Come on. And explain those damn curtains behind you as well. That's like I think were you actually on the 70s show?
I'm on the 70s show, bro. This is how we roll in Santa Barbara.
You got the sideburns, which I can't, and all that freaking hair and the guitar in the background. I'm
bringing it back.
Yeah. Okay, I asked you a question, then I gave you crap. So I'm sorry. The question was anything left to tell our peeps?
Oh man, just be tenacious and be persistent in your funnel and in the marketing of your business, because it's not you're not going to build a funnel and you're not going to have overnight success. It's going to be a lot of optimization, a lot of tweaking. I mean, we just witnessed here with Trevor's wife's funnel that he got it all done, and that's like a huge feat in itself. But now we're getting into optimization, and you're going to have to dig deep to kind of continue and persist through to build that piece out. And that's what it takes to go from, $100,000 a month to $1 million a month is dial that baby in.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, honestly, I can feel that from way down under. It just starts to love it. 100 to $1 million a month. All right, you're talking my language. That's great. Hey guys, we'll see you every week. Come on back here to Greatness Quest, and I'm gonna have somebody else extraordinary for you. This is Zach Johnson, and with GameChangerProfits.com.
You got it, man. Thanks so much.
Thanks, brother.
Greatness Quest is also available for download on iTunes and Stitcher. See the link in the description below.